Hi everybody, this is your lucky day if you want to learn how to bake delicious bread in a bread machine, and in particular if you want to learn how to bake rosemary bread. And what I have today is something special. There's no other recipe on YouTube like this. It is a buttermilk rosemary bread, and here it is. This just came out of the machine. There's my machine here. And it took about 2.5 hours to bake. And this is what you want. You want a nice smooth top, smooth round top. If your bread is caved in or short and dense, then you made some kind of a mistake. You got your liquid ratio or your flour ratio wrong, or too much yeast or too little yeast. But you're going to learn the recipe today that I've made hundreds of times, and it doesn't fail. And today, my buttermilk recipe has rosemary in it, and the house smells wonderful, because not only do we get the regular buttermilk recipe aroma, we also have rosemary, which is fantastic. So this is the end result right here. It's a 1.5 pound loaf, and let's take a look at how this was made. I'll show you the ingredients, and we're going to go through the recipe one by one, and please do them in this order, and that way you'll keep the number of spoons you use and measuring cups and all that down. So you want to have your bread pan out and put all your ingredients in that. Don't leave it in the bread machine and try and dump everything in there, because if you spill something, the flour or the oil or whatever it is gets down into the mechanical part of that machine. It can make a big mess. So do it out of the machine and then put the pan in when you've got all the ingredients in. So the very first thing you want to do is put your liquids in, and today it's buttermilk, and you want to put, let me get my glasses on, I have to have reading glasses, 1¼ cups of buttermilk heated to between 80 and 90 degrees, and what that means is about 45 seconds in your microwave. Get a little candy thermometer that shows 80 to 90 degrees in the range, and you'll be fine. Then you add 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of oil. Doesn't make any difference what you use, whether it's butter or safflower oil, corn oil, olive oil, whatever you like best, use that. And then you put in 1 teaspoon of salt, and that's level. All of these measurements are level measurements. The next thing is 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, and then you put in your flour. And the flour is a bread flour. I'm using White Lily today, but you can use whatever you like. I've used all different kinds, brands rather, but it has to be bread flour. Your bag needs to say bread flour. And we're going to put in 3½ cups. So use a ½ cup and 1 cup, and use this to dip the flour out, put it in there, and then level it off with a flat edge, and you'll be in good shape. And then you do the ½ cup, and you'll have all your ingredients. So 3½ cups of flour, and the last thing you want to put in terms of the standard recipe is the yeast, and we're going to use 1 teaspoon of Fleischmann's bread machine yeast. And the reason it's in a bag is I keep this in the freezer, and that way it stays fresh for months. And then the final thing today is rosemary. And you can put about 3 or 4 teaspoons in there. You could be flexible on that. It depends on your taste. Today I put in, I think, 4 teaspoons of rosemary. And this is the end result. It comes out of the machine, put it on a cooling rack, let it cool for a few hours, because this bread doesn't like to really be sliced when it's warm. You might want to let it cool for a few hours, then get it on your slicer. And this is the best kind I find. It sits at a slant, and you can find these on eBay pretty inexpensively. So this is the best setup I can give you for buttermilk rosemary bread. I think you'll love it. Give it a try. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll do more bread machine videos and recipes, and I think you'll like them.